Lulu's in blue. Cody, no clue. Carly gets some. Jason's not dumb. Brooklyn feels bad. Dante's the dad. Diane was a friend. Sam's death, bad end. Val took a shot. Jack really fought. Sasha got testy. Marty got pesty. Feel in the dark? Well, here comes the snark. Welcome to episode 20 of the Snark Podcast, aka the Snarkcast. I'm Snark Jr.
And I'm Valentine Cassadine. Oh, wait. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. I'm not.
Wait.
Val had quite the moment the other day.
Yeah.
Mr. Let me just get my thing out and strangulate you. That was pretty epic. And of course, we love it because we got to see Valentine in his evil incarnation, which is always fun.
Which is what he's supposed to be, yeah.
Right, but we forget because we all love Valentine. Whole thing of Jack going, well, yeah, we were really good friends until he tried to kill me. Well, Jack, it's your fault because Colette tried to off Valentine, so it's his own dang fault. Anyway, it was a busy
But week. I'm so sorry, my fault.
He's correct.
I took initiative.
This was a big week. We finally got the Snog Fest we were waiting for with Carly and Jack. Mwah. I just want to say that after Carly rescued him and knocked out Valentine, and she went back to her hotel room because, of course, she did. There's a knock on the door. She gets up, and Jack, the look on Jack's face, I thought he was going to eat her for breakfast. I mean, he was going in for a bite. That was the most sexy thing we've seen in a long time.
But then they didn't go through with it.
Of course, that cold feet thing was set up by the conversation with Felicia going, I don't think he's a nice man. And I should know.
I'm constantly, though, I'm like, okay, are Felicia and Carly friends now? Yeah, because they went on that, sort of mini caper to go find out the truth about Bobby.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but then like they were sort of coming into conflict at the hospital, but now, we're friends again. It gets a little confusing.
I don't think people who know Carly on any given day would know if they are friends with her or not. The only consistent friendship they've ever written for Carly is Jason.
Yes.
No one else has been consistent. And of course, we know that consistency has gotten Jason into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and that was the other two weird things this week. Carly, who are your friends? And a little mini propping of Carly when Jack saying, but you're such a good person. But then the other thing, I was a little puzzled by the whole Jason sort of turning on Sasha. Like, I don't trust her. I don't believe her. It's like,
that was
up
weird.
until this point, everybody believed Sasha, even though, she came to town, was lying about being Nina's daughter. But everybody, she's been a good girl ever since. But now that we've identified Holly Scorpio as her mother, she's, just like her mother.
Likening Sasha to Holly is like likening Lucky to Luke. Because one of the things that was said this week was by Laura to Lulu saying, your brother is frightening me. He's reminding me of your father. How? How is he like Luke? Sorry, Luke's been gone a long time, but
show me the receipts.
Yes, seriously. We had cast of thousands this week, David. Everyone and their grandmothers showed up. I started this morning. I did my homework because we have to talk about this thing. We've talked about my GH amnesia, and I can't remember on a Friday morning what happened Monday. So I had to go back and look at my pictures, and we had everyone on the show this week. The only thing we didn't have were kids. We didn't have any of the Rocco, Charlotte, We haven't seen them for a while, but everybody else was there. Okay, let's have a moment for Kai, whose entire career is ruined. Good thing he's got a contract on GH, though, because it's a stupid storyline and it just doesn't work.
Well, and it's like they were on, one day this week? It's hard to build any kind of romance when you're on one day.
It's also hard to build any kind of romance when we don't care about either of the characters.
Yeah.
Speaking of budding romances, we had Angry Emma talking to Mr. Giolin, and that was such an obvious chem test right then. It was like they have been doing the chem test. It's like they might as well put up a sign in the back going, hang on, everybody, this scene has no meaning whatsoever except for us to figure out how you feel about these two people.
I really don't like, I don't want to say new Emma. I mean, she is new Emma, but I really don't like personality change Emma.
It's refurbished Emma, and they didn't refurbish her in a good way.
It just really, I mean, again, the oldest trope in the book, good parents, bad seed kid.
Which we never had any indication of for the first 20 years of her life. But apparently she woke up one morning really, really cranky. Well, we don't know enough about her, but I will say this, and I know I kind of got a little from my snarkles when I said, hold on a second, you guys. Gio and Emma are going to be on the canvas, whether we like them or not. Yeah. We might as well have them. They're good foils for each other because we've already seen Giolin's the good boy, right? Have you noticed? Have you noticed the actor's kind of been working out? He's kind of looking a little swole these days. Reincarnated, I was stargazing. Life goes on, honey, hug my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. Oh, Gio's not just doing the violin thing. He's lifting weights as well. Congratulations. But we're going to see him and Emma and her eyebrows on a regular basis. We might as well really embed Emma back into the canvas. And who better to do it than a character we know nothing about except for his illicit parentage and that he plays the violin.
But that's the thing. If it were still played by Brooklyn Race, the original OG,
yeah,
it would have a lot more meaning for folks. We grew up with Emma. So if Emma likes Gio, the audience will like Gio.
Yeah. But that they didn't bring back Emma. That's the problem. They really brought back a new character and slapped her name on it, which is something they really like to do.
If I were just tuning into General Hospital, I was away for a year or so, I would just be like, two new characters. I don't care about these. Can I tell you my moments of the week I love?
Yes, tell me.
Curtis drew Nina.
Oh, same. That was fantastic.
I love Curtis now, like going for the jugular because it's like, and it is, you could just see right through Drew. Oh, really? I'm only thinking of you, and it's like, no, you're not.
Monica, Yuri wouldn't let me in the gatehouse. Are you mad at me? Check yes or no.
But that's the scene I want to see. I want to see Yuri.
Yes, I want to see Yuri beating the crap out of Drew. We'd be like, Yuri.
But Yuri's mentioned like every day.
Now. I know, I love it. But bring him out of the closet, people. We know that when they start using your name, the closet
might be coming back. Yeah. It might be back for a day or two. But
what was your other favorite thing?
Revenge plots are my favorite plots when done right. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying they're doing it right necessarily. I think there's just so much Drew hate out there that it's just so satisfying.
It is. We all need to feel that schadenfreude for Drew, get it.
Very cleansing. Very good that they're utilizing the character relationships because Nina and Curtis have been friends forever. They're now working in the same company, but those are my favorites. So speaking of favorites, I'm sure you have a favorite character
I have a favorite moment and I have a favorite character.
Ooh, so, do tell.
Like you, my favorite moment of the week involved two characters that we love, and that was Tracy and Marty at the nail salon. We just have pedicure day like every Wednesday and just have Tracy and Marty show up there and just snark at each other. That was golden. And people are like, oh, they make such a cute couple. No. We do not wreck this by changing the dynamic. We keep them frenemies. And by frenemies, I mean, we're going to have scenes where they're working together. And then they're going to go back to this sniping of each other, which is so entertaining. So that was my favorite moment. My favorite character of the week. And she wasn't on that much, but her presence was so... Okay, so it's Maxie. Maxie, who has fully come into her own as, I know who I am. And I think this is a beautiful reflection of her in real life as well.
Mm-hmm.
She knows who she is. She's had a major rebuild on her life, and we see Maxie doing that too.
You make it sound like I criticize you all the time, and I don't.
Actually, Lulu, you do. You both do it.
We see Maxie with confidence, telling she is a manager, she is a leader, she tells people what to do, and she will not take BS at all. And frankly, I hope they give her a great storyline where she can magnify her leadership ability. And we can really see this is a woman who not only takes charge, but it's not stupid, flighty blondie Maxie anymore, who did all kinds of stupid things. What we have here is a mom, is a working woman, is a professional, well, she's a company officer. She's C-suite. And I love
Brooklyn gave that whole speech about how, this is Maxie's company. She's really built it up. She's dedicated herself to it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, she is just, there were times, well, I wonder when, parking lot Peter, when I was just like, I can't stand to watch Maxie because of, what they're doing to her with that whole plot. One thing with all that writer kerfuffle last year that they managed to course correct was getting Maxie back on track to the Maxie we know and love. God, I hope she stays.
I do too, because this is fantastic. And let's put her more with Spinelli, because that relationship dynamic is healthy, it's funny, it's normal. And we may say, well, that doesn't make for very interesting plots. No, but when you use a normal, happy family as a foil for some hot mess person, right now it would be Cody. Cody is the resident hot mess.
Cody, they've done the opposite. They retro activated him back to truck nuts.
And they keep chem testing him with people, and it's ridiculous. I mean, Molly has been done a couple of times. Lulu's been done a couple of times. The love triangle we want is Cody, Lucas, and Brad.
There you go.
That would be my wish. Yeah.
Can write a couple that stays together and is just facing conflict together. There were a lot of moments in the Luke and Laura relationship where they were a team. Perfect example is like when they first went on the run and they had to figure out who the left-handed boy was, and the whole Ice Princess thing. Sometimes it's like it's okay to keep a couple together, just throw challenges at them.
Yes, so that we can see the strength. Well, Laura and Kevin are that way too, a little bit. The strength of their relationship. We don't see it.
We just don't see it.
Yeah, we don't see it enough, but we know it's there. We saw it with Dante and Sam. Although, remember, Sam got super boring in that situation because they didn't do what you're saying they should have done, which is put Dante and Sam, this strong, healthy relationship, and have things come at them. Not Sam's death. Something other than that.
Another example right now. Now, granted, they're not currently romantically involved, but Lucky and Liz, they're trying to solve this mystery. Figure out why Cyrus is killing these people. That was the other part of the week I really loved, the scenes at Turning Woods, just because that arrogant
Liz trying to cram 300 pages into her purse.
What are you doing? What are you doing behind that desk?
Okay, so let's break that down a little bit. The thing that worked for me in that scene was, yes, there was the obnoxious person and all the things you need, but it was the interplay between Liz and Lucky. They didn't have to use words to say, this is the plan, this is what we're going to do. They just were kind of giving each other the, yeah, I've known you forever, so I know what you're thinking. And that, to me, is juicy goodness right there. Yeah. Sometimes it's the things that are not said, but the things that are emoted and acted that give the scene its gravitas and or comedy, right? I mean, yes, let's go back to the Marty and Tracy scene. There was a lot of yelling, there was a lot of verbal things, but it was the expressions on their faces and their physical comedy that made it so outstanding.
What about Natasha and Sunny and all that nonsense?
Is it my imagination, or is she like turning into his mother / caregiver rather than lover? She's kind of coming at this in a weird direction.
Like a suck up.
Well, let's face it. Sunny doesn't operate for a long period of time very well without some woman managing him.
Oh, right. Yeah. He's very codependent in a lot of ways.
And she is just falling right into that.
He's got to find somebody else.
And Jason, I mean, I love Jason. Jason would almost be my performer of the week because we got to see so many different versions of Jason.
Well, I love when he comes in and he's like very Jason Quartermainy, when he's really concerned about the family.
Yeah.
Here's the solution, boom, boom, bam. Yeah.
And perhaps it was out of character for him. In fact, I called his interference into the Sasha pregnancy a very Carly-esque move because he inserted himself into her story. I kind of got beat up about that this morning, and they were saying, no, he's just thinking about the family. He's practically Michael's father, da, 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 da. Yes, that's all true. That is all true. But what's interesting isn't the way Jason reacted. It's the fact that we were led down this path thinking that Jason and Sasha were going to team up, and they still may, right? But we're going to team up and form this parental unit for the Corinthos offspring that was. So she and Michael kind of did the deed back in October.
Yeah.
She kind of thought she might be pregnant in about the middle of November. So let's do the math, shall we? Let's say it was October 15th. November 15th is 1 month. December 15th, so we're at 3.5 months. Unless she's got a giant baby in there or 7 babies, there is no way that she would feel the baby kick at 13 weeks. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I've had 4 kids in my uterus. I know what it feels like.
They never really get pregnancy right on soaps for some reason.
It is truly psoriasing in real time. I mean, it's a wonder we didn't see them pumping up her belly thing to go out right in the middle of that scene.
Yeah, when's that coming? The fake belly.
That's and I love that Cody thinks Jason is the father. I kind of love that. It's so stupid, but it's so Cody to jump to that conclusion. It's a wonder he didn't think like I said in my snark thing, Cody was probably asking himself, did we sleep together and I forgot about it? Is this my child?
Yeah. Well, I thought about that because I'm like, wouldn't he think it was his child? And it's like, oh, supposedly they never actually slept together.
Yeah, we only saw them rolling around on tables and getting interrupted every 3 minutes.
But that was always confusing because we never really saw their love scenes. Like we assumed, okay, they were interrupted this time. Maybe the next time there was a next time. Was in a secret invisible episode, but no, I guess they didn't. So so it makes sense that he would think, oh, it's Jason.
Isn't it okay, let's go back to the whole Cody Sasha non-relationship relationship. At some point they must have made the decision, or at least have been throwing out the idea that these two would be related, or there was some reason they were delaying this, because it became so obvious the longer we went on that the minute these guys got close at all physically, they were going to be interrupted. It was a joke, right? We talked about this all the time. So I wonder if in the writer's room, like back like a year ago, somebody said, hey, this Sasha Cody thing, maybe we should really throw a monkey wrench in it and make them siblings or cousins or something. They never really threw that out. It just kind of lurked up here as an idea. And so therefore they never, I don't know.
The most ludicrous idea wins the room, apparently, in that writer's room.
According to them, yes.
I feel bad for Josh Kelly, the actor, because it's just like, what am I playing now? Oh, I'm playing my character from 2 years ago. Okay, got it.
Right. That growth I did, it's gone.
Yeah, because I was enjoying that, especially around Christmas time, with the whole them all getting together, and even Sasha and Cody saying, okay, we can make this work. It doesn't have to be weird. And no, it's just weird.
And the writers seem to be very excited about putting everyone who has ever been cast on this show on the canvas right now. So the way I snark, for those at home who don't know the process, I will watch the episode on my computer. Then I will immediately go back and take screen caps of the salient scenes. Yesterday, I made 12 screen caps. 12. Because of how many things were going on. I only published 6 of them because in the morning I have to look at the picture and go, was that really funny enough or is this something I can use? Because I did have a picture of Alexis with the girls breaking the news to them, but there was nothing I could make funny about that, right? It's a hard thing for me in the morning when we have all these different people show up. And I know I'm sure there are people who read the page and they go, well, you missed this whole point. Yeah, I did. on purpose, very deliberately. Now I saw it, I took
Yeah.
pictures of it, but the following morning I went, yeah, there's nothing really interesting I can say about this. That's
Well,
how.
we're also on a recap page, and I have to constantly, when I snark, although I'm an infrequent snarker right now, I'm like, oh, I'm not hitting all the plot points. Oh, you completely forgot that this person was on. Well, no, I didn't forget. I just didn't find anything that was interesting. But I realized, especially like after the pandemic, that a lot of people had stopped watching the show and was actually relying on the snark to sort of recap the whole show. And it's like, no, that's not what I do. I highlight what I think is funny. Now, it's interesting that that's your method. My method was I would snark as I go. I'd be in a scene, I'd start thinking of things as I'm watching the scene, screenshot. Sometimes you get an accidental screenshot that's just priceless.
Oh yeah, those are so good.
You capture that moment where it's just like, that person looks ridiculous. This has got to be the snark. Like you, then when I get to the end of the episode, I've got, whatever, 12, 13, 14, 15 pictures. And then because I, as I call it, sort of snark in real time, I will, because this has happened to me a few times on the page, I will post something and people then like tell me, oh, but that's not what happened. What really happened was this. Well, I haven't gotten to that point in the episode to find that out.
Right.
So that's also something I have to take into consideration. Like, oh, wait, okay, well, the point, but this is really funny. So I want to post this now, even though I know the outcome is going to be different later because I've now watched the episode. Some days it's hard to whittle down. Other days it's easy.
Well, when there's a major plot thing, for example, Carly and Jack's kiss, I mean, I start with that. If there's something incredible that happened, I will start with that picture, even though it happened at the end, because I don't want people pre-eventing it in their comments.
Right. Yeah. I don't always go in order of the episode either. Because like you said, if there's like a big plot twist, let's get that out of the way first. Because everybody's going to mention it anyway.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So that's what I do.
Oh, so Diane mentioned in her conversation with Alexis yesterday about, can I help you? Can I distract you? We go out for a drink. We could, sort of Netflix and chill. We can go axe throwing. Well, I did a very General Hospital thing this week and I went axe throwing. And let me tell you something. Those tables really are that close to where they're throwing the axes. I couldn't believe it.
How many people did you take out, David?
I was a couple of times. I went with my brother, and a couple of times it was like he was getting ready to throw the axe, and I'm at the table and I'm doing this like. It really is that close, but it was a lot of fun. So I've done a very GH thing now,
and it's time for text messages from Wicked Stepmother, and the baby drama continues on GH. He's very involved in the Sasha pregnancy thing. She says,
oh, okay. There's a lot of babies, so I needed specificity.
She says, am I your mama? I can't be a daddy. And who will raise Michael's baby? And I said, well, I don't know who will raise Michael's baby. My response to her was, yeah, but Carly and Jack's kiss yesterday was the hottest thing I've seen on GH in years. And she says, that was a plus bus for sure. Hey, you guys, ask us questions in the comments. If you want to hear us talk about anything or pontificate about anything, we are more than willing. We will answer your questions. Also, questions about us, like if you want to know why David wears that hat all the time or whatever.
Because I have bedhead. We've answered that already. But if you want more of us, or specifically more of Mama, go watch the Mama Snark videos.
Behind the scenes. Yes, it's the Old Lady podcast you've been waiting for. All right.
Like and follow our page, and we will see you next week.
All righty. Bye, everybody.